y'all was sleeping on me, but it's time to wake up. Wake up! The girls are about to turn it up.
Hey y'all, I'm going to start documenting, recording my journey through this time that I'm going through. This is currently August the 6th, 2025. And it is the beginning of season 4 for Cold Wave Athletics. And let me just give you an update on what is going on in the program, because a lot has changed. So we have to rewind to, talk about the currently. We got to talk about the past. So season 3. Season 3 was as bad as season 1. And if you ever been a leader of something or the boss of something, the first year is always the hardest year. Like, they say like when you get married, the first year is so hard, or you open a business, the first year is so hard. It is. My first year as an owner, hard. But no one prepared me for season 3. Season 3 started strong. Camp was strong. We had a lot of girls, a lot of returning girls. We had season 2 coaches merged with this new coaches that was brought on. I believe I had 3 coaches return. I'm gonna say 3, even though one was shaky in the beginning. And then I brought on 5 new coaches. 5 from another organization. The organization that I brought it from was competitive. Well, they're not even competitive. We can't say that. It was a past organization that I used to be the commissioner at. And that the new commissioner didn't like me. So this organization group of staff decided, because they didn't like her, who was the current commissioner, they all decided to move all their allegiance to my organization, which was fine to me at the time, because I'm like, okay, cool. Not thinking what they do to her, they could do to you. All right? Not thinking, but okay. So I had all this staff. I had a lot of girls. I won't say, Cold Wave have never been over 30 girls. So camp produced 26, 27 girls, right? Camp. And when the season starts, you always got to have room for the fall offs. So some of them fell off, and when the season started, we started with, I think, 20 girls or 19 girls, because a few of them fell off, right? Season started, we did our tryouts and all that, and we decided to do 2 teams. Because of my regular athletes, my returning athletes that I'm always coaching, they were at a place where their abilities were way stronger than level 1, but they didn't have the tumbling for level 2. So we created a 2.1 team for those athletes. 2.1 is basically 2 in building and 1 in tumbling. Okay, so we created that team for them. And then, of course, we had our Blizzard team that everybody knows about, our level 1 team, junior team. And the junior team was, I had put all the girls that was level 1 on the junior team because we didn't have as many baby girls to form an actual team. So I just put everybody on Blizzard for level 1, and I was like, I'm just going to train everybody on level 1 to be on the junior team, for the elite experience. And then the 2.1 team will be usually the girls that I trained already or cheered before, and they will be on that team. And it'll be a smaller team, but it'll be more, these girls be easier to teach, in my opinion. Everybody wants the big girl team. So they'll be easier to teach. Most of them already have their skills. So it's just really like coaching them to get to the next level, And that's what I did. The season started with a bang. I had a staff member who I was really close to, call all the time, call my sister, X, Y, and Z. And I know that this person wasn't always 100 with me. I know that there was times where she was questionable in the friendship. I'm not done. So she was really close to my admin, and they became like a clique, in the program. And then I was always like the loner. I would also hang out with, some of the other coaches and stuff, but I was the loner. So when the new staff came on, of course they knew, and you're the owner, so they just gravitate to you. You know what I mean? And I'm not one of those owners where I'm just going to be doing a lot of yelling or a lot of blah, 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 blah. And I have to say, because I don't want to say like I'm a victim, I'm going to have to say this. I wasn't doing a lot of delegating, right? So it's easy for the staff to like get over on me because I don't do a lot of delegating. If I don't see something not getting done, I'll just go do it. Just like, okay, I'm just going to do it because they're not doing it. Or so forth. They'll be gossiping or sitting down too long before practices, or they'll be breaking too long. I'd be like, I'll just go and get the team together. And if they see me doing it, they'll just jump in like, oh, no, we got it. That's my mistake. I should never did that. I should have been like, get to the girls. Can you stop sitting your butt? Can you do this? Can you do that? Right. But it's neither here or there. Back to the story. So I have the new staff that's like, around me and stuff. And my birthday's in August. So after my birthday was like a little bit before trials or whatever. But we decided all to like go out. And please, I know what you're thinking. Your staff ain't your friends. Your staff ain't your friends. I get it. I get it now. But at the time, I didn't. We go out for my birthday. I like to do, at Cold Wave, I like to do a lot of like events or like bond and stuff. Because I always say at Cold Wave, we're a family. And I grew up in a family where we did a lot of get-togethers, So I plan like coaches bonding. And that's when I realized the first shift, the separation with the new staff and the previous staff, because the coaches bonding, all the new staff came, the previous staff didn't come. They didn't come. For my birthday event, like all the new staff came, -1, and the returners didn't come. Like it was just like so blatantly like separated. And I was like, what is going on? Because, I'm trying to get the staff together. I really think that was the beginning of the major problems. Because I did not think that our staff tension was going to roll over onto the kids, onto the parents, and to me, right? And then after that, we're starting the season. I have most of my new staff on the level 1 team, and our level 2 team, I have my returning staff on there because those girls are returning girls. They are used to that staff, that team. And the new coaches I put on level 1 because I was assisting with level 1. And I know I don't have to assist with my returning staff. They know what they're doing. I've been with them for years. They know how to coach. They know how to do the admin work. They know how to do things. Now, if they do it or not, that's another story. We're going to get into that in a second. But they know what they're doing. They know how I like things ran. They know. My new staff, they don't know. I have to help them out. I have to, train them and get them, used to how Cold Wave is. So that's what I thought I was doing. Why I was doing that throughout the season, this is before competition season. So we have 3 sections in cheer. You have preseason, which is pre-comp. You have competition season, and you have post-comp. Right? Well, that's where you get you do all the like banquets or, summer training, shout outs and all, the preparation for summer trainings and stuff like that. Anyway, so this is like preseason. So during preseason, they learn about, they're doing the choreography, getting uniforms, you're getting the girls ready for competition, that's what you're doing. So during preseason, we're practicing. And let me tell you, I had 3 locations. I had 2 all-star gyms and I had a school. So that the girls always have somewhere to practice at. So we're at this one of our locations, and we have to split our girls up. Come find out, some of the girls on the team was upset because they on this. I think this is every coach's story, but they're on level 1 and they want to be on level 2 because they're a returner. And I know how to do a back walkover. I know how to do a back handspring. I should be on level 2. I don't know how many times I have to say this to my athletes, parents, coaches. Just because you have a back handspring does not mean you're level 2. I just don't mean that. Just because you think you got a back handspring, your technique is wrong. You're flipping like a frog. Your legs might be wide open. Your back is arched incorrectly. Your arms in the wrong placement. I'm looking at all of that. But parents, all they see is the actual skill. Not the technique, just the skill. Oh, she went backwards. She didn't fall and bust her ass. Okay, I apologize for saying ass, but okay, I see what you're saying. But no, she's not level 2. She can't stunt. If I throw her in the stunts for level 2, can she stunt? She can't stunt. She can't. She's struggling. Oh, she's a flyer. No flexibility. How is she level 2? She has no flexibility. Oh, that's on y'all. Y'all should make her more flexible. I'll get into that in a second. That's girl. Okay, so anyway, we're in pre-comp. I separate the teams. I have my returners with level 2.1, and I have me with my new coaches and new athletes, and my athletes is returning as of a level 1. Cheerleaders on Blizzard, right? And that's Hailstorm. Level 2.1 is called Hailstorms. Just to keep that in mind. So Blizzard is we're more put together as far as doing choreography and stuff, because they have me. I always did the choreography for Cold Wave, and I always get assistance from my coaches. Always. They'll they'll teach a dance, or they'll make up a dance, they'll have ideas for stunts, formation, transitions. We always work together, but I always am in the project room for choreography, because I always put the music together and I always have a vision in my head. And sometimes my vision is not visioning. So I don't mind if people have ideas, because I love community. So if you have a better idea than me, tell me. Because I can have an idea and it's like, oh, okay, cool, but I just hear your idea and I'm like, oh, that's way better. I'm using your idea. This is going to be way better. So that's the vision, And shout out to my sister Jennifer, because she does really great choreography. Okay, so, and Jennifer as well, she just, I'm just going to say that again, because I don't want to seem like I'm the only person doing choreography. That's not true. So yeah. So we're doing choreography, and Blizzard, the level 1 team, is getting their sections in. You know what I mean? They're learning their opening. Okay, then they're doing jumps. They're learning standing, tumbling. They're learning choreo. The time that I told the coaches I need choreo at this time to this time, they're doing their choreo, right? My Hailstorm team is not learning choreo. They're just doing stunt. They're supposed to be doing stunt, improving their stunts. Okay, that's what they're supposed to be doing. But all I see over there, because we're in the same gym, and it's not a dividing factor. It's like an open gym. And it's level 1's over here, level 2's over here. All I see is a whole bunch of non-progressive stunts. And then I also see a whole bunch of level 1 stunts. This is my problem. If you're 2.1, those stunts you're doing should be level 2 stunts. It makes me mad because, number one, I should have hit it on the nose. I should have just attacked it when I first seen it, and I didn't. Because I'm thinking like, oh, maybe she's starting there, and then later on in the week, it's going to progress. This is what I'm thinking. Just telling myself anything. And because I'm like, oh, I know this coach knows what she's doing, X, Y, and Z. So I'm not paying, I'm paying mind to it. I can see it, but I'm not really like doing too much. You know what I mean? So I see the level 1 stunts. I see the level 1 stunts not sticking. Mind you, this is the level 2 team, 2.1 team. So I'm thinking to myself, why are those stunts not sticking? Because I had these girls last season and they stick their stunts. I'm seeing flyers that flew with me for years, not hitting body positions, not holding their weight, falling, don't want to stunt. They just like depleted. I see the bases and back spot just frustrated. They're frustrated. The stunt's not sticking. They're tired of doing the same repetition, like the same stunts over and over and over again. That's not sticking. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna start just trying to go. I'm gonna like leave them, like the level 1 team, and start looking over here at level 2. So sometimes I will be at level 1 and they're doing their thing, and then I'll walk over to level 2 and say, what's going on? So I'll go over there and they'll hit their stunt. And then, these stunts are still level 1, but they'll hit the stunt. Or I'll go over there and I'll see what they're doing or whatever. And they're doing good. They're looking fine. Then I walk away and go back to level 1. And level 1, they're working on their stuff. And I glance over and level 2 falling everywhere. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Like, literally. So in my mind, I'm thinking they need my presence, but I can't go over there. I need to go to level 1. I need to go to level 1. These are new to athletes. These are new coaches. I need to help them. She knows what she's doing. That's what I keep playing in my head. This head coach knows what she's doing. You know? Another problem that we had during preseason was crossover. Because I had the athletes from earlier. I remember I was telling you I had athletes that thought they was level 2 and they should be on level 2. They have the attitude, X, Y, and Z. I caved in, and I should have never caved in, but I caved in and made them crossovers. So if they wanted to cross over, I put them on both teams, which caused a problem for both teams because you cannot have 4 or 5 crossovers. That's a whole stunt group. That means when you're doing choreography, those teams can't practice on the same day, and we're practicing on the same day. So one team is going to be without. You know what I mean? Like, this team's going to be without. So I try to do it where one day you're at level 1 and the next day they're at level 2. Or, the first hour you were level 1 and the second hour you were level 2. It just doesn't work. It's really a lot on the athletes and the coaches, because then they're frustrated because they can't see their full vision. So that was a problem. But back to level 2.1, back to Hailstorm, like I said, they ain't had no routine. I sent one of my level 1 assistant coaches to level 2 because she really didn't want to coach on the team with her daughter. And I'm not getting to that. But yeah, whatever you're thinking, yeah. So she went to level 2 to help out with the level 2.1 team. And, she has great experience before. Even though she's new to cold wave of coaching, she's been a head coach at schools and, she's been a teacher. She knows what she's doing, right? So she's over there as an assistant for my head coach, and she's like, yo, because she was just at level 1 practice. She's like, yo, what's the routine? And I'm like, yeah, because we're in choreography. What do you talk about? Like, yeah, we're in choreography. She got a routine. She told me she got a routine because I've called this coach and asked what's the routine. She said, oh, I got it. I wrote it down. I know I got it in my head, blah, 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 blah. So, okay, you got it. Okay, cool. So she go over there. The assistant coach is calling me and telling me, she ain't got no routine. I'm like, I know she got a routine. I talk to this girl every day. She has a routine. She knows what she's doing. Like, she's like, oh, okay, well, I'm just letting you know. I'm like, okay, well, okay. Right. And I'm so down for my previous staff. Like, you can't tell me nothing. Because in my mind, that's my previous staff. And they haven't done me wrong. And X, Y, and Z. Like, she know what she's doing. So you're not going to tell me nothing otherwise. You're just not. So I called my head coach, and I'm like, you got a routine? Like, what you have a routine? Yeah, I have the whole routine done. The whole routine is done. The only thing I don't have done is the dance. I'm like, okay, cool, because usually we all come together for the dance, So I'm like, okay, cool. Enough said. I'm like, get off the phone. We had practices go by. At the end of the week, the assistant coach called me and says, Shelly, I'm not trying to be rude, but I know that's your friend, your previous staff, that's somebody that you really, you really depend on. But I'm telling you something and you're not listening. These girls don't have no routine. You have a competition coming up in a couple of weeks. I think it's like 3 weeks. They don't have a routine. I'm like, they do. She said, well, she made up like standing, tumbling, and jumps. Right? So she said she did teach them that. But other than that, there's no routine. I'm like, okay. Still being naive, still trying to be like a friend instead of being an owner. I'm still doing everything personal and not business-like, So she finally tells me, like, just like, call her. I already called her, I already talked to her. She like, call her. I'm like, all right, cool. I called the girl back. I called the head coach back for level 2. And she said the same thing she said to me earlier. She has the whole routine. She has everything but the dance. I'm like, that's worrisome because, even you not having to dance is a problem. But okay. Come find out, because I'm talking on the phone with her, come find out she don't have a routine. Because I start asking her more detailed questions instead of just being like, okay. I was like, yo, what's the opening? She was like, yeah, I wrote it down, but I don't know where it's at, or I'm going to let you know, or I'm going to show it to you at practice. I said, okay, well, you just tell me, or you can just screenshot it and send it to my phone. I need to know, like, what's the other sections. Because I do know, like, standing tumbling is done and jumps is done. But I need to know the other sections, too, the routine, like, y'all stunts and stuff, what's going on. And she said, I'll let you know. She'll send it to me or whatever. Or I could see the practice when I'm there. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then, like, further in the conversation, we was, like, talking about other stuff. And then he came back to it. I was like, basically asked about the routine again. And then she came out and said that she's working on it. I said, so I thought you said you already have it already. And she was like, no, I'm working on it. So when she said that, it was like, I felt bad. I was like, oh my God, I went into panic mode because I have parents paying for cheer. I have athletes expecting us to have this grand performance. And I have coaches that's been telling me the whole time that they don't have a routine and we need a routine, so I've been ignoring coaches. So like, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm not purposely ignoring them. I just have other things to do. If you're a gym owner, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You are extremely busy. You have other things to do. So when I give somebody a duty, I'm expecting them to do it. And I don't give people a lot of duties. Like I said, I don't really do a lot of delegating. But when I do delegation, it's really like the stuff you're supposed to do. Like, that's your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just like feeling real bad. And I'm in panic mode. And I have anxiety problems. And I panic a lot. So I'm in panic mode. We have competition coming up in 2 weeks. So I just jump into choreography mode and start doing the opening, start doing stunts, start doing all this stuff, And when I'm doing it, I'm rushing so much that I'm not even properly putting a routine together for level 2. Okay? I'm rushing so much that I am missing elements in choreography. Because usually when you do choreography, you have your 8-count sheets and your sheets and your formations, and you have your sections break down and all that stuff. And you go, section by section. And I do everything in detailed. So I was missing detailed stuff for the routine because you're rushing. And then it's close to holiday. And then we have a girl that's like, she went on leave, or not leave, what you call it, a vacation. And she's like our top flyer for this for this team, and she's a crossover. So not only is she missing this practice, she's missing that practice. It was just a lot. And it all could have been prevented if I would have listened early on to the problems at hand. If I would have just actually believed the problem that was in front of me, right? And we're not... and on top of that, we had payment issues. But we're not going to talk about the people. We're not... So like, that happened. First competition, during that time, during the winter break, or holiday season. I don't want to say, holiday season. Like December or whatever. I had to cancel the first December competition. I had to cancel the very first one because the girls was not ready. Both teams wasn't ready. Because I had to go over there and help out. Hailstorm blizzard is now being affected because I really pulled all the coaches from level 1 to help out with level 2.1 because they didn't have a routine at all, and Blizzard had a routine. So not only is Blizzard being affected, well, Blizzard's being affected because they have a routine, but this is the stages of cleaning up the routine, full out season. So they're not doing as many full outs. They're not really doing a lot of cleanups because I took the crossovers over here and the coaches over here. So they're just doing like fundamentals. So they're not really doing what they have to do. So both teams are being affected because of bad staffing. Because I didn't do right in staffing. I didn't place correctly. Or I didn't make this team just one big team. You know what I mean? So that was my first mistake. During the holiday season, the head coach of Hailstorm was going through personal issues. And I'm not going to put her business out here because that's not nobody's business. And, so mentally she wasn't correct, and she needed time for herself. And